Since I can never control this segment, we're actually going to put a clock on it, okay?
Excuse me?
We've got 3 minutes to allow the two of you to yell at each other.
There is a reason, America, I have never, ever in my life, in my career at ESPN, done around the horn. Because they have a clock.
Right.
I don't do clocks.
Okay.
I'll make the exception for you.
Okay.
But had I known there was a clock, they'd have got rid of that clock.
Candidly, it's not my clock.
Well, let's say why.
It is everything about Get Up Is You and Jalen.
Let's say why he doesn't like the clock and why we need the clock.
Watch your mouth.
The exact same reason.
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Just because you got a nice haircut don't mean you got a right to say such
It's already
things.
started. I got some snacks, and I'm just going to say the words to you. Aaron Rodgers, bad man, go.
First of all, you're not allowed to say a bad man.
No, I don't say
I'm the one that says he's a bad man. Special, the greatest talent at the quarterback position I've ever seen in my years on this earth. He showed up last night, did what he's capable of doing. Chicago's defense had a couple of lapses, but he was absolutely special, no question about it. And all that came to my mind is that it validated every penny that he's making, what he cost and counts against their cap or whatever. Because this is not the New England Patriots, where if you're Tom Brady and you don't get as much as you can, it's because you know that that money is going to be handed to other areas where Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft and the crew are going to do what they're supposed to do. With the Green Bay Packers, they have shown you that without Aaron Rodgers, they are nothing. And because of the load that is placed on his shoulders and what he has to carry on his proverbial shoulders, the bottom line is that I have no problem with whatsoever. Whatever he cost them, as far as I'm concerned, he didn't get enough. Needed more money. By the way, should have had a pedicure, manicures, all right, a massage therapist. He should have had somebody to take out his trash if that's what he wanted to do, because that's what Green Bay is without him. Trash.
When they pay you hundreds of $millions, you can get your own pedicure, you can get your own manicure.
Right.
You can take out your own garbage.
Yeah, but there are people that get that money and still have those things. Am I correct?
Not in theory, but I agree with you, everything you have to say about Aaron Rodgers. He's a terrific player. And if you're the Bears, this is actually a disappointing loss, because you applaud the fact that they scored 3 touchdowns, and it was a great comeback and all of the great things that took place from his side. But if you're the Bears, you can't get those couple of 3-and-outs in the 4th quarter. You got to get that late interception that was thrown.
You can't give
right
them a
to
20-0 lead.
Absolutely. So Chicago Bears are kicking themselves.
Look, this is the best quarterback in the league on one side and the highest paid defensive player in the league on the other. You gave up 2 number ones for, and they couldn't hold a 4th quarter
Excuse me, I'm not going to blame Khalil Mack. The man signed 9 days ago, okay? Had a few practices, showed up out on the field, had a strip sack, had an interception. I mean, this dude showed up and did what he was supposed to do. And by the way, on that last play where you had Randall Cobb running in for that touchdown off the pass from Aaron Rodgers.
He was chasing.
The person that was chasing him, the one that came closest to grabbing him all the way down the field, was Khalil Mack, and he's not even in football shape yet.
I get it.
So let's keep that in mind.
But I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about defensive players. At the end of the day, a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers is always going to win that matchup, no matter how good you are.
This is where we disagree. If you have a franchise quarterback, then you give him Aaron Rodgers money and you build out the roster. If you don't have one, and you have one like Mitchell Trubisky's on a rookie contract, you give it to your defensive player, because guess what the Bears now have? An identity. You call them the monsters of the Midway. In that position, they've always had a Buckus, a Singletary. You draft Roquan Smith. You bring in Khalil Mack. Urlacher went to the Hall of Fame, because that identity for that city and that team is usually started on that side of the football.
They traded up to take Trubisky number 2 overall. He better be a franchise quarterback. If not, then that's not going to look good either.